Hey everybody, this is Demari. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be doing the shadow work reading for the sign of Pisces. Now, this video is going to be a little bit different from my last shadow work readings. I'm trying to do them a little bit shorter because I'm aware that my videos are crazily long, so I'll do my best where I can. So as tonight is the last full moon of the month, I figured this is the best time to do this reading. So once I get these out, I'll continue with the December readings as normal. So for this reading, I'll be using the Dark Mirror Oracle deck, clarifying with the Wild Unknown Tarot, using the Wild Unknown Tarot to gain more information and insight, and clarifying with the Intuitive as always. So let's get stuck in for you then, Pisces. So what is it that your shadow self is revealing to you at this time? What is it that Pisces needs to be aware of in order to heal their shadow? I'm guessing these are the ones I have to take. Alright then. So, interesting combinations. So you have Is This Me? And Addicted. Okay. So, this is a very potent combination. Pisces, it seems like you're dealing with some heavy shit right now. I'm not going to lie to you. So, to start with, This Is Me. This is talking about the deconstruction of your old self, okay? Knowing that things from the past are not necessarily reflected in where you're at now. So it deals with someone who gets to a certain point in time, maybe a certain age, or there's a certain event taking place in their life that makes them reflect on who they used to be, where they thought they were going, what they wanted to do, what they wanted to become, and realizing that maybe they didn't meet their own expectations, maybe their dreams didn't quite come to light, maybe their hopes have changed, right? That they have changed as a person, and recognizing that, but not knowing necessarily where to go from here. So it may be that you're reassessing what it is that you want in life, where you think you should be headed, who you want to become as a person, right? There may be certain aspects of your character that you're not quite happy with. Maybe there's certain things about yourself that you don't like currently and that you want to address, particularly when we get to that next card. So it may be that you're reflecting a lot on yourself at this time and thinking, what is it that I need to do in order to become a better version of myself? What is it that needs addressing so that I'm not making the same mistakes? What is it that I really want? Do I feel the same way as I did before? Do I have the same ambitions as I did 5, 10, 15 years ago? So it's reflecting on all of these things and really thinking about what it is that you want to do moving forward, who you want to be, where you want to go, how you want your environment to live, the connections you have, the work you do, the interests you explore, all of these things, right? So that's interesting. And then you also have Addicted though. So you can guess what this is about, right? This is literally like the card of slavery. It's being a slave to something, whether it's your job, a vice that you have, a behavior you exhibit, thought processes, emotions. It can be anything, pretty much anything, right? But there's something in your life that you feel like is taking a real hold on you at this time and is draining you of your energy. And because of that, it's triggered this reflection, right? This need for introspection and thinking, my gosh, is this what I envisioned for myself? Is this what I wanted to become? Is this what I wanted for my life? This is not what I pictured, right, growing up. So it might be that even just something as simple as not being satisfied in your job and feeling like you can't escape so easily is causing an emotional drain. It's a burden that you don't want the weight of anymore. It could be a relationship that's become so toxic you don't know, you know, what a healthy relationship looks like anymore. You know, it could be with your friends, family, partner. It could be that you're so used to dealing with your problems through drugs or alcohol or sex or overeating or undereating or whatever it is. And all of that is having an emotional drain. Whatever it is, it's taxing, you know, and you feel like you can't deal with the burden of it anymore, which is understandable if this applies to you. So let's have a look and see what we can find in relation to this that may help you through this time, that may help you deal with these things, okay? Okay, so lots coming up all at once. And last card. Okay, thank you. So, to begin with, you have the devil in reverse. Again, illusion. This feeling of powerlessness, okay? Not being able to control certain aspects of your behavior, not being able to control your thought processes, not being able to control your emotions, not being able to control, you know, feeling just basically like a control on all fronts, feeling powerless, feeling like you can do nothing to change this situation. But that's the illusion, that's the lie here. You know, that's the lure of this vice, that's the lure of staying where you are, of stagnation, of not having to take control of your life. It's easier to just allow things to be as they are than to actively go against them and change, right? So that's what needs addressing. You also have the Four of Pentacles in reverse, not hoarding this energy to yourself, not hoarding, trying to hide, conceal what it is that you're feeling and thinking, trying to keep it all for yourself, especially if this is in relation to a vice. If you're addicted to something, you're probably hiding it. You're probably trying to conceal the fact that you have an addiction. You're probably trying to hide the fact that you have this toxic behavior or toxic cycle that you fall into. And you're probably trying to hide it from your loved ones because you're ashamed of some aspect of this. And you're afraid if it gets exposed that you're going to be abandoned in some way. Okay. You have the Tower in reverse, so I feel like some of this has already come to light and you're trying to deal with the aftermath of this. Especially if this is in relation to a toxic relationship, it may have already reached boiling point and you're just trying to pick up the pieces and see where you go from here, particularly because this is relevant to this energy here. You're trying to move forward, you're trying to let go of the past and try and pick up the pieces and see where do you go from here. What is it that I want my life to actually look like, right? So then you have the Moon in reverse under this Devil in reverse here. So the truth will come out if it hasn't already, or it is coming out at this time, especially with the full moon. As I said, usually that's when things are revealed to us. So you couldn't hide this for much longer, particularly when it comes to those closest to you. It's being revealed that this is going on, that this part of your nature exists. And, you know, I feel like there's a great amount, for those of you this resonates with, I feel like there's a great amount of shame surrounding this, but there's no need for the shame. It's just, you need to confront it head on. You have to admit that there's a problem in order to be able to address the problem. And that actually, if you're more open about it with those closest to you, then you may have more support than you think, okay? Particularly if you are coming out of an abusive relationship. You'll probably get way more help than you anticipated. So in regards to the next card, you have the Death in reverse. So yeah, you have to open up, okay? You need to release this, okay? And not hoard this to yourself. You have to open up to those you trust about what's going on, what you're facing, how you're feeling. Because if you don't, you can't move forward. You can't start the journey of healing. You can't move towards your ambitions. You can't get the guidance you may need. You can't do anything unless you can admit to yourself that there's a problem, or that there's something that's making you deeply unhappy, and that it's getting to a breaking point, that you need help, right? Because I feel like it is on that level for those of you who resonates. Like, even if it's like I say, even if it's just a case of you're not very happy with, you know, where you're living or your job, it's getting to the point where it's really affecting you on multiple levels, so you have to address it, right? So then you also have the Empress, right? So this is interesting, that after all this dark energy of all this, you know, hardship and you know, emotional baggage and just drain, the Empress comes out last. Okay, so this is what you can move towards. This is fire energy, okay? This is earth energy, this is water energy, but this is also sword energy. It's all of them enrolled into one. The Empress is the mother archetype, okay? She's the one that nurtures and provides, but also sustains herself, right? So this is the energy you need to move towards. You have to be a mother to yourself. You have to nurture yourself, nurture your own growth and healing. And you can only do this by walking through the fire and accepting that there's a problem and really working through it, right? Okay, so let's clarify then the Devil in reverse here first. Wow, there's a lot going on here, but I think it's important, so I'll take it. So, Death in reverse, again, needing to address that, you know, your feeling of powerlessness and not having control is just an excuse to run away from the issue. Seven of Wands in reverse, you know, feels like nervous energy, being anxious around this, you know, not feeling like you have the courage to stand up for what it is that you want, and not being able to fight this all the way to the end. Yeah, Nine of Wands, okay, being like guarded with your, being guided around certain connections, around those who are getting close to the truth, not wanting to reveal too much. Yeah, it's kind of like being standoffish and kind of being a bit sketchy, really, because you don't want the truth to be revealed, so you're kind of masking certain things. You're kind of I see like layering, you know, like you're adding layers on top to make it harder for people to get to the truth, but the cracks are already showing. Because Nine of Pentacles here, you know that this isn't making you happy. You know what it is that you want. You're already thinking about it, okay? It's here. You're already thinking about what it is that you actually want, what's going to bring you that emotional abundance, the happiness that you're looking for. So it's time to let go of that energy and really step into the truth of the matter, you know? Because you've already been through it, okay? You've already been through the worst of it. So how much more do you want to put yourself through before you admit what's going on so you can do something about it, okay? So let's clarify the Four of Pentacles here. Okay. So you got the Temperance card. This is healing. This is, again, that, this is like divine healing in my eyes, okay? So that nurturing, again, this kind of ties in with this. So I feel like you are being supported, you're being guided by the divine, by ascendant frequencies, ascendant masters, you know, spirit guides, angels, whatever you want to see it, the universe, doesn't matter what you call it. That energy is tapping into you strong at this time, and that's probably what's provoking this, you know, introspective work as well, to try and deal with what it is that you're chaining yourself to at this time. So it's you're really being called upon to do the alchemization, to do the healing work, to take this pain, take this denial, take this shame, and work through it so that you can move towards love, happiness, growth, understanding, you know, honesty, integrity, right? All the things that truly reside within your core. It's just unfortunately your ego has been bruised quite badly at this time, so it needs healing. And with the Seven of Pentacles, it's investment of self, knowing that you are worth more than this, and that you are undervaluing your true worth by not addressing it. Okay, so let's clarify the Tower in reverse here. Okay, Father of Swords here. So, Father of Swords, I'm thinking in terms of the Wild Unknown Tower. King of Swords, okay, so this is air energy. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. So it could be, if you're coming out of a relationship that was toxic, could be with one of those signs, could be an air sign, someone who has a lot of air in their chart, who's very cutthroat to the point, can be kind of emotionally abusive, narcissistic, very stubborn, not very considerate, like the darker aspects of that energy, right? Or this could be that you're simply wanting to stand in your truth and not go through this situation again. Now you're trying to pick up the pieces. You're really standing in your truth, that you know what it is that you want, you know what happened, you know who you are, what you've been through, and you're wanting to step into this energy, even though there's still hesitancy, as we can see earlier on. There's still that guarded, not wanting to reveal, wanting to hide away in shame, but knowing that you have to stand proud and stand in your truth. Say, yes, this is me, this is what happened, this is what I'm dealing with, but I'm strong enough to do this, right? It's that battle-hardened warrior energy, okay? And I feel like this is what you're going to move into if you give yourself the chance. Then you have the Knight of Pentacles here. So slowly moving towards stability, addressing things one by one, knowing that, all is not lost, that you can move towards a brighter future. It takes time, it takes work. You have to go step by step, right? But you can move towards, completely rebuilding your life. And I feel like for some of you, that's what you're looking to do. You got the Eight of Swords here because you are feeling stuck at this present time. You feel like, can I move forward? How am I going to move forward? I still have to deal with this. This is still going on. You still feel like you're stuck within the situation. However, you are wanting to move towards a brighter future. You are wanting to stand in your power and your truth and speak freely. But I feel like you're still afraid to do that this time. But I think you will. I think you will gain the courage to do that. You have it within you to do it, for sure. But it's just, I understand it's very scary to put yourself out there and to open up to someone about what you've been going through. But that's what's necessary at this time. You need to take those steps. It's the only way you can change this situation, right? Okay. So clarifying the moon here. So what's being revealed at this time? So you have the Six of Pentacles in reverse, the Four of Swords in the upright. Oh, sorry, no, Six of Pentacles in reverse. The Six of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, and the Five of Cups in reverse. So I feel like you will get to the place, or rather this time, particularly with the moon here, I feel like at this time you're realizing that, why am I crying over what I've lost when I have so much more to gain, right? And that I already have things to be grateful for. Yes, my life isn't perfect. I've been through a lot. I've been through hell and back because of this, that, and the other. But I also have this and this and this. And if I do this, I will get this and this and this. So I think it's realizing that you actually have a lot to be grateful for, even though you've been through hell. And that it hasn't been easy for you. There's still things in your life that make it worth the while, right? The Six of Pentacles, you know who is worth investing in, which connections are worth your time and energy, because they are the ones that are proactively trying to invest in you. They're the ones that are trying to show you that they're there, that they care, that they see that you're having a rough time and they want to be a support to you, right? Four of Swords, so that you can begin this healing work and you know that you're not doing it completely alone, right? While yes, only you can do the work on yourself, you have others that will stand by your side while you do that, right? So this is really powerful. This is very positive, right? Even though you are going through it, you have been put through the ringer. There is real hope here for you, right? Of course there is. You know, life, the universe isn't putting you through this for no reason, right? It's so that you can address what needs addressing, so you can heal what needs to be healed, and so that you move towards a new cycle, that you don't end up in this place again. Okay? So let's clarify the Death card in reverse here. Okay, that would fine. Okay, yeah, so you have the Lovers in reverse, Gemini energy. Could be that you was dealing with a Gemini. You have the Knights of Swords in reverse and the King of Cups in reverse. So could also have water in their chart, or they could be a water sign, you know, or this is literally your energy because it's Cancer, Pisces and Scorpio energy, King of Cups. So this is very much your energy right now. And yeah, even though you're not in your power, you're not in the best place, you're probably feeling far from that, you are healing. You know, you're already starting the process by doing this introspective work, by looking and reflecting. You're already beginning the process now. But of course, it's going to take time, and there's a lot that needs doing. There's a lot of work that needs doing. There's a lot of healing that needs to take place. But you've already begun. That's what you need to realize. You feel like there's such a far, long, winding road ahead of you. But actually, you've already taken the first step. Unknowingly, possibly. So, you know, you need to move forward, right? You're not doing that right now. You're not taking action. You're not communicating. But that's what needs to happen in order for you to begin the process. And that may mean distancing yourself as well from the thing that's causing you the most pain, the most conflict at this time. Possibly a person, okay? Particularly if this is in relation to a toxic relationship or even an abusive relationship. You need to gain as much distance from this person as possible. You need to not only be physically distant, but you need to cut energetic ties with this person. Okay. So let's clarify the Empress here then in the final position. But that's ultimately what you're moving towards, Pisces, the Empress energy here. So yeah, you've got the Queen of Swords and the Six of Cups. So wanting that emotional fulfillment, knowing that there's someone out there that will give you what it is that you're looking for, that emotional fulfillment, that love that you've been desperately seeking in others, but also knowing that you can provide that for yourself. This is the Empress energy, as I said, someone who can provide for others as well as herself. So if you come into a place where you're strong enough, that you've taken all the lessons, okay, so this is obviously more air energy here, and it's interesting because we have the King of Swords here clarifying that Tower in reverse. So this is someone that you had a karmic relationship with, okay, or connection with, and this is preparing you to step into this energy, regaining your power, your strength, knowing and learning from the lessons of the past, so that you don't end up in the same cycles again, so that you become you know, this battle-hardened warrior, female warrior, okay, that feminine energy within it though, someone who's very, very strong, very grounded, but isn't emotionally cut off, right, that's able to give regardless of what they've been through, back to themselves and to someone new, so that they can really blossom in this Empress energy, you know, and have a very, very beautiful, bright future. But that's the thing, it's not about just because it's the Queen of Swords and the Empress, it's not about the gender, it's about the energy, okay? It's healing the divine feminine within yourself that has been bruised at this time. So, but that's the thing, even though this may start very heavy and you may feel heavy right now, you're moving towards something that's very powerful, that's transformative, that's going to unleash, you know, this whole other aspect of you that you didn't even know existed. You have a strength that's going to be brought to the surface, right? This is transforming you. So you can literally stand there and be like, I survived this. And look at where I am at now. I could never imagine I could get to this point. What could I do if I keep moving forward, right? That's the thing. Like, it's very powerful. This situation is helping to make you, right? So take that on board. If there's anything you take from it, know that this situation is part of what's forming you as a being, right? As a human having, or as rather your ego having this human experience. Your ego is being transformed. Okay, your soul already is aware of all this. It knows why it's happening. But it's your ego that's learning why this is happening and why this is so important for your journey at this time. So, yeah, Pisces, I hope this is helpful. I know it's a bit heavy, but honestly, you are going to come out so much stronger as a result, as providing that you do the work and that you don't allow your fear and your shame to prevent you from moving forward, okay? So if this resonated with you, do let me know what you think in the comments. Give it a like if it was helpful. Do subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, we'll see what your next reading will show. But I hope that, you know, you continue on your journey of self-love, healing, and growth, okay? So much love to you guys. Take care for now.